Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. A Victory Monday, Big D Energy as well. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy, Lindsey Hunter, won NBA championships and stuff. He's got the 49ers hat on. We'll get into that a little bit later on. They did look scary, but we'll discuss all of it. Scary hours. No, but it is a Victory Monday. As we said, the Lions get the win over the New Orleans Saints, and there were some college football playoff news we'll get to as well. I have to give Michigan fans some credit.
Why?
They shifted my mind on a couple of things. We'll get there. For real.
Really?
Yes.
That's a very unusual thing. Michigan fans shift your mind.
They did. They did, and I have to give them credit. And what? What? JB Smoove, what?
They're going to be astounded at the shift that you have, though.
I know they are.
I don't think they're going to like it.
Absolutely. What do you mean they're not going to like it? I'm giving them credit, and I'm going to give them credit coming up. Dude, see, Lindsey, you're getting us off to a bad start already. To a bad start already. We've been here 30 seconds. Chad Fisher, is Neal okay? Neal is fine, everybody. See what you did?
Sad, you won't be saying that in a minute.
No, it's Lindsey, stop. You spiked the Kool-Aid right there, man. You spiked the Kool-Aid already. But we'll get into it. Lots to talk about. Bruce Irvin, we'll get into that as well. And, it's we. Here we go. Ryan's reaction. Neal, over-under on Hutch finishing with 6.5 sacks for the regular season. We'll get there. This Hutch thing popped up again, huh? They won. They won, Lindsey. And all I heard was I got tweets from people saying this wasn't a statement win. Guys, there's no selection committee. In the NFL, winning is the statement.
And see, I'm glad you brought that point up because you and I had a conversation about something similar to that. Guys, leave Hutch alone. As long as they're winning, they're doing what they're supposed to do. The object is to win. It's not. You don't get style points. Like you said, there's no selection committee. Win games.
Bottom line business in the NFL. It is a bottom line business in the NFL. So we will get there, and we're going to get to all of it. We got a heavy football show. As you know, we're going to discuss really everything that went on. Lindsey, how was the weekend, man? I know it was good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I relaxed. My birthday weekend.
Yes.
And for my birthday, the Niners gave me an outstanding victory. I mean, that was the best birthday gift I've had ever. To smack down the Schmeagles after all that talk. And the crazy thing about it, so one of my closest buddies, he lives in St. Louis. He's an Eagles fan. He's from Philly. The score was 6-zip. He calls me. Yeah, this might get ugly after we go down here and score this next touchdown. And I said to him, nope, it's okay. It's okay. And we struggled the first quarter. We had to get our bearings together. And after that, 6 straight touchdowns.
Obviously, the Eagles' defense is terrible, and their defensive coordinator needs to be fired immediately.
No.
6 straight touchdowns.
They're not terrible.
Obviously, they need to be fired.
But here's the thing. So I'm hearing now that the Cowboys are like, oh, man, they're the best thing going. I remember not so long ago, Neal.
Lindsey, we talked about this. When the calendar shifts to December, yes, that's prime Cowboy season right there. Because and you know this, Lindsey, we've got years of data on this.
Yes.
They come out of the gates. Everybody asks a question, are the Cowboys finished? They put together a couple wins against some mid-teams, play pretty well at home, and then when December 1st hits, it's full-on Cowboy season.
Man.
You know what I equate it to? Like I talked about earlier. When the leaves change, and Maryland football's 5-0,
right, and
we got to hear about Talia Tagovailoa again, and Maryland and all that stuff, and then as soon as the leaves change, boom, you look up, and they're 6-5, and it's a rite of passage. That's Cowboys. That's the Cowboys. We're going to get in there though in the second hour. We're going to go around the NFL. What jumped out? There was a lot that jumped out to me. We're getting down to it now. They're again, we guys, it is December. It is meaningful football. The Lions got a big win that they front ran the whole way, and I did. I got the tweets and I was shocked. But we are live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Shout out to George, Ryan Poulter, all the guys out here for having us out. And they told me, they said, Neal, we got stock, we got the Blazers, we got the Equinox. If you want one, if you've had your eye on one, now is your time to show. You guys know how this works, right? End of year, that's the time. That's the time to roll into the car dealership. They're ready to wheel and deal with you. And low key, I've been peeping because I've been thinking about getting in the market. Those interest rates starting to slide down a little bit on them car purchases, Lindsey.
Yeah.
You still in the market for that vet? This one's sold already, right behind us. The drop top vet here behind us. That one's sold. I noticed. Sorry, Lindsey.
That's okay.
You missed out.
That's okay. They got plenty around here.
They do. So, again, happy to be out here. Slide on through there. If you're looking for that SUV, that midsize SUV in particular, get in here with these guys, and they will take care of you. Tons of us here at Woodward Sports have used Feldman Chevrolet for the car buying experience, the Feldman Advantage. Tony D, Neal, Michigan is #1. Hail. We're going to get there in the next segment.
They're #1, but I saw when they were sitting there watching the selection, and when Alabama got that 4 seed, there weren't a lot of cheers. They were like, it seemed like they were a little scared. I'm just saying.
Guys, Adam Bomb. Hutch is tied for 39th in sacks and tied for 98th in tackles for losses. Did they not win that football game on Sunday?
I thought they did.
Did they not jump out 21-0? Did they not? And the tweets I got about it's not a statement win. They almost lost that game. Did you ever almost lose a game that you never trailed in?
Hey, man. I just read the comments, and some of these people like Cat Dingleberry on here talking about the 49ers were lucky.
Lucky to score 6 touchdowns in a row. Oh, man. Brandon Katz, Michigan got effed by the committee taking Alabama instead of Florida State. You're right, Katz. Florida State not getting in was pretty rough. And I was somebody who told you going into the week, all week, that Florida State had 0 chance of getting into the college football playoff. Remember that, Lindsey?
Yeah.
That was the parting shot all week.
Yep.
And I have been turned by Michigan fans because Michigan fans they've come to the defense of the Florida State Seminoles. And we're going to get there. You want to do that now and then get to Lions? Or
let's do that now because I want to see the reactions.
Okay, let's do it now. I have to give Michigan fans new guy Kenny what? He's sitting up there, he's shaking his head. JB Smoove, you got that look on your face. If a facial expression had tone, this would be it. What you have right there. But listen. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Andrew Jones. U of M's reaction to seeing Bama is all you need to see. Nobody makes that reaction for FSU. So here's the deal, Lindsey. If I can have the floor for a second. And I have to give Ryan Ermanni and Braylon Edwards a lot of credit. We get on them. No, we get on them a lot and talk about the homer hours for Michigan and things like that. But I will give them credit for this. They stood up, and they were the ones that knew. And they went to Twitter. They said everything, our little Woodward text thread, all that kind of stuff. They said it was the right call to take Alabama instead of Florida State. Ryan and Braylon both said that. So I'll give them credit. Ryan and Braylon are not, some of the people that, I've taken to Twitter and say, here's why Florida State deserves to be in. And I was on Ryan and Braylon's side at first. But now the Michigan fans, who have become the biggest Florida State support group of all time, just listing their resume all the time, they've swung me because they're right, Lindsey. They're absolutely right. They should be in the playoff.
Florida State should be in.
Florida State should be in the playoff.
So if Florida State's in, then who do you think should be out?
Well, I mean, their resume's better than Michigan, so maybe you take Michigan out then, right? Like their resume's better than Michigan's. Washington's resume's better than Michigan's. Tougher schedules, out of conference opponents, all those kinds of things. They've done everything Michigan's done and more, right? So Michigan fans, you are right. Florida State should be in, and Michigan should be out. Because all I was told was, Neal, and this was all Michigan fans, Neal, the ACC was 6-4 against the Big Ten this year. How's that look? Well, then I did some digging, and I saw, you know what? They're right. Because the ACC won 4 games against the Big Ten in Week 3 alone. So obviously, ACC is a greater conference than the Big Ten. They should be out. They should be out, and Florida State should be in. Thank you. Thank you, Michigan fans. You made me see the light, Lindsey. Sometimes you have to be willing to listen to a difference of opinion, and I am.
Oh, man, that's so funny.
What? Tell me, JB Smoove, you're a Michigan Slap. You work on the Michigan Slappy Hour. You tell me.
I work on the Michigan Slappy Hour, but I am not that huge of a Michigan fan. But still, I don't think you can take away Michigan being at number one. If you want to get rid of Alabama and
you can't get rid of. You can't get rid of SEC.
Fine.
You cannot get rid of SEC
with
champion.
Georgia. I don't have a problem if you switch Alabama and Georgia. Like,
I don't either.
yeah, see,
I don't either. Either way, that works for me. Whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, though, you go resume to resume. You look at Washington. You look at Florida State. And, again, Michigan fans open my eyes to Florida State's resume. And they're right. The ACC was 6-4 against the SEC, and they also got 4 wins in one Saturday against the Big Ten.
Who are the best 4 teams in college football? If we look at it, don't look at resumes, look at the teams, and we've seen all these teams play. Who are the 4 best teams?
I told everybody this on Friday. I mean, if it were me, I'll give you the 5 best teams, and you can pick your 4. And I couldn't die on that. I couldn't die on the hill if you had a difference of opinion. For me, Alabama and Georgia and Michigan and either Ohio State, Washington, or even Texas if you wanted to flip them in there. Right. Although Texas should be on the outside looking in.
I agree with that. I like the first 4 you named. I like Michigan. I like Ohio State. I like Alabama, and I like Georgia. I think those are the best 4 teams in college football with, Washington. But I like those 4.
Yes.
I would not be.
Dayju says Michigan beat 2 top 10 teams. What top 10 teams were those?
Yeah, who did Michigan beat in the top 10?
Ohio State's still in there, right?
They
Where's
beat
Penn
Ohio
State at these days? They slide them back in the top 10 to fit that narrative?
No.
9 they are? So they improved from 12 to 9 after they played Ohio State and Michigan, playing in the Big Ten, right? Am I right? Right? How many SEC teams are in the, if you want to do top 10 as arbitrary, how many are in the top 15?
Ooh.
How many? Georgia, Ole Miss, and Ole Miss in that New Year's Six bowl group, Alabama. You see what I'm saying here? ACC won 4 games over the Big Ten in one day. I'm putting it out there. You guys have made me see the light. Why are you shaking your head? I think this is a sign of growth for anybody to stand up and say, Lindsey, as an what's education? Being tolerant of other people's opinion,
yes,
and listening to what they say, taking emotion out of it and analyzing it. And they're right. They should be in. And Michigan should be the one that's out, judging by, going by their rationale.
They did, yeah. They said it. They were convinced that Florida State should be in. You did the resumes, and the resumes look what? Florida State's resume, is it better than Michigan's?
Yeah.
There it is.
Played 2 SEC teams in the non-con. Who'd Michigan play?
Bowling Green.
East Carolina. New guy Kenny, don't be mad at me. Be mad at the facts. I'm just reading off a screen.
They gotta play who they schedule.
Right.
And who sets up that schedule?
They do.
They do, Kenny. Come on, bro. That's all I'm saying. Tony Snow, no one wants to see Florida State with no Jordan Travis. And look, guys, here's the deal. Bronco 81, Michigan had a better win than FSU. What are you talking about?
They're just talking now. That's just talking. What was their better win?
They're gonna claim Ohio State by the numbers. By the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, they barely beat Ohio State.
And we can maybe this too. It's been a minute since Ohio State's. Granted, they are the only one in the Big Ten that's won a national championship in this. Since the turn of the millennium, since HDTV. You know how I like to break these things down. Like Michigan hasn't won their own natty since you took trains to games and the government sold war bonds. And then you move on to face masks. And then you move on to everyone having the same skull. You know what I'm saying? Then you move on to HD television. Like that's how I break it down. Like milestones in society. Right. So that is it. We'll get back into that though As the show rolls on in the second hour, we will touch on that, get a little deeper in there. But I do want to talk Detroit Lions, and I do want to talk about the New Orleans Saints as well. But first, JB Smoove, tell them about Dispo.
Oh, I got you. Experience Dispo Romeo, a team that curates an exclusive atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. The first ever cannabis mall of its kind is conveniently located off of Van Dyke and 32 Mile Road in Romeo. Dispo Romeo is also open late night up until midnight except for on Sundays. Can it get any better than that? I don't think so. Dispo Dispensary. Go to disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Joy
Woodward Sports and Long Drink live every home game for the official Lions VIP tailgate. It's at Eastern Market in Shed 5, and it is always a bash. Starting at 9:30 until game day, because that's game time, because you know that's when they kick you out, because you got to head towards the game. The official Lions tailgate is back and better than ever. How would you like to pregame it with Woodward Sports and be treated like a VIP? We're talking food, beverages, and entertainment, and so much more. Get your tickets online today at bullseyeeventgroup.com or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on ID Direct Message Alliance VIP.
Off and running here, Big D Energy and Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, trying to get that midsize SUV market. They got the Equinox, they got the Blazers, they got them in stock. I'm looking at them right now. Come down here, getting towards the end of the year. They got to make their numbers, everybody, so you know what that means. Advantage you. Interest rates have dropped a little bit also, so take a look around WoodwardSports.com chat thread, cleaning up this college football playoff discussion. Mason Leach, and I want to get granular with this one. Mason Leach says Florida State's resume is not better than Michigan's. You're a clown. Michigan beat 2 top 10 teams and 1 top 20 team. Florida State had only 1 top 10 win. So Mason Leach, what did they do outside of your conference? Because the ACC beat the Big Ten 4 times in Week 3 of the college football season alone. Maybe your conference is a little overvalued. And I keep hearing about this with Alabama and the money thing, right? Like they give into the SEC. Who's got the biggest media deal in college sports? That's the Big Ten, right?
Yep.
That's the Big Ten. So if they're going to give into money, wouldn't they want to make sure that maybe Michigan gets to play Florida State instead? The bottom line is this. Michigan fans, their soul flew out of their body when they saw Alabama pop up on that screen. We got video of it. We saw it. We heard it. Their soul left their body. And if it's not a game that you're not favored in 20 points in, you don't want to play it. You don't. And your schedule was set up the way it was. So how about that, Mason Leach? In the meantime, Florida State's playing LSU, playing South Carolina out of the SEC. How about that? How about that, guys? So, again,
you should always want to play the best. You want to play the best.
They don't, Lindsey. They want to play Iowa. They want to go to Indianapolis and have fun and go to the steakhouse and take the pictures and all that stuff. And the second there's a bump in the road. And, guys, how about this, too? We'll see. Won't we, new guy Kenny? They're going to play. And the time for talk will be over. And it is put up or shut up. And, again, you guys got that matchup last year. You fumbled the bag. Well, you had the bag intercepted and take it to the house twice. That's what happened. So, again,
That was our Heisman winner?
I was told he was going to be in New York for the Heisman. Has he booked that flight?
Is he going to make it? He didn't make the cut?
Well, he'll be the number 1 overall pick.
Well, he'll be
the
the number 1 pick in the NFL, right?
I'm just going by what I'm told.
We've been hearing this all year. Like, what do we? Huh?
Yeah, we got ask at 2:00.
Yeah.
Ask that. Maybe
that's what I was.
They're
told.
booking the flights.
I heard the guy was the number 1 pick in the draft. He was going to win the Heisman hands down. He was the best player in college football. Weren't those things said on this program?
I don't know, man. Robert Closio, Michigan's clown schedule is coming to an end when they add the West Coast trip to USC, UCLA starting next year. Jonathan Anton says we're going to get cooked by Bama. Danny G, I hope Michigan beats Bama just so I can see this show. Danny G, I'll be here. You won't get a text from me, JB Smoove, when I'm supposed to be out there to do the show that says holiday, and I just don't show up. I'll be here. I'll look right into that camera, and you know what I'll say? I'll say, yeah. If you guys win the national title, what can I say? You did it on the field, and you had to go through the teeth of the beast to do it.
That's the only. I mean,
100%.
They should be proud of the fact that they're playing.
But Lindsey, these are the stakes now. This playing Iowa and playing Purdue and playing Maryland and playing Illinois and playing that's over.
Right.
And I love too. I heard people talk about this morning. Like, well, Michigan gets that Rose Bowl game and they get that crowd and stuff like that. Tell me all the fond memories you have at the Rose Bowl. You built a statue of a guy that was 2-8 in the Rose Bowl. Again, don't be mad at me. I'm reading this off a page.
Oh, man.
When you look at Bo Schembechler, record in Rose Bowl, 2-8. It says it right here. So, again, Danny G, I'll be here that following Monday. I'll be right here sitting in this chair. I will. And I'll look right in the camera and say, what can I say to you? Right. You beat Alabama and you beat Texas or Washington. What can I say to you? Can't say anything. But on the other side, if they go out there and they play Bama and they get de-pantsed, then guess what you are? Then guess what you are? You're a fraud. You're a house of cards.
Yes.
You're a fraud that's protected and hidden in a mid-conference that gets way overrated.
I hope they don't get embarrassed. I actually want Michigan to win. I want them to beat Bama. Think they can?
No. No.
Well, we'll see. We'll get to see.
And you know what? I will give Michigan fans this credit too. And this is real. This isn't, although I was giving them credit before for making me see the light, but this is real. Big Simmy says, I'll be shocked and proud if Michigan can pull off the win against Bama. They do seem to be, to quote Eminem, when that Alabama logo popped up on the screen, snap back to reality.
Hey, they were like, it were grumbles in the room. It was like, oh, man, I don't know how we get them match up with these guys. I was like, what? You're supposed to want to play the best. To be the best, you want to beat the best.
Evan Schultz, I always love this opportunity. Evan Schultz, hey, Neal, let us know when Oakland is in the mix. Well, the one and only time Michigan came to the arena, they took that slug. Look it up. Look it up. I believe that was Sweet Lou Bullock and the guys. Took that slug, gave up 97 to Oakland that day. Evan, you call the games on internet radio. Well, I mean, if CBS Sports Radio is internet radio, okay. And network TV in Detroit, okay. That's fine. And no, you wouldn't show up if Michigan wins. I'm not a Michigan fan. I'll sit right here in this chair and answer every question. Those are your people that do that, Evan, not me. Not me. I'll be here for it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Bronco 81. We will be playing Texas in the Natty. David Sparkman, Neal hopes Michigan loses. No, I just think they're going to lose.
Right, he doesn't hope
you give the best coach in college football history a month. Whew. And you're pretty much basic as it is on offense right now. There's no real no dynamic angle to the offense or anything like that.
Well, we were told they got the best quarterback in the country.
And when they put the ball in his hands last year with everything on the line, what happened?
Pick six.
And then?
Pick six.
They're and I'll sit here too in this chair and I'll ask these questions leading up to the game, right? Where I'll say, that's fair. That's fair to ask. And when's he been away from the security blanket of home since then? It's fair to ask those questions of him in a big moment. He did it once well, he did it twice badly, and turned the ball over. At Michigan State in the college football playoff. Did well against Ohio State.
Yeah, he did. But we're going to get to see him.
We will.
Get to see him. Bishop Jones said Lindsey's a yes man. Yes, I am Bishop Jones. Yes,
okay, Mid-Sutherland, we are effed. No chance against Bama.
I think they got a chance, though.
Right. Smokin says, Neal, now you've got them. They're trying to bring up your past. And Smokin, like, look, man, like that, they can continue to do it, and I'll keep reading it. But again, you know what I'm going to do, Lindsey? I'm going to get in that car and go home and wait for the game, and then after the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Bronco 81, make Milroe throw, and you'll be fine. Okay. Where we got to go, JB? Guardian Alarm, right? That's you. Your time to shine.
All right. Our Guardian Alarm, customized solution from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. With 24/7 professional monitoring, you can call at any time, day or night, and know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone with you as long as needed. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work by people who are proven to care. Call this number at 1-800-STAY-OUT. Once again, that is 1-800-STAY-OUT, and let them know that Woodward Sports, we sent you.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Woodward Sports own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef as well. Experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. Get grab-and-go steaks. That's the move I've done before, where you get the ribeyes, bring them home, season them up. Best ribeye steaks I've ever made in my life from Fairway Packing Company. Order online. Go to fairwaypacking.com. Up your steak game, everybody. Your grill game. Go to fairwaypacking.com. All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter. We got JB Smoove here in the house. New Guy Kenny as well. He'll be New Guy Kenny for about a month.
No, I think that name should stick.
5 years later, New Guy Kenny. Yeah. But no, we're getting into it, and yes, I do. We'll have a lot of time to talk about the college football playoff and the Michigan-Bama game and all that kind of stuff. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Sam Flannel. All Michigan fans who think Michigan has no chance should be banished from fandom. No joke. So there's flannel out there. All right, time to talk Lions and Saints. Huge, huge win. The Detroit Lions improved to 9-3. Still tied for second in the NFC seeding with the San Francisco 49ers. Now one game behind the Eagles for the 1 seed as well.
Scheme,
3 games
plot,
clear.
plot.
3
Coming
games
for
clear.
the number 1 spot.
3 games clear in the NFC Central Division or North Division, but it's still the Central Division. But anyway, the NFC North Division, 3 games clear with 6 to go. The magic number is 3. Basically, you beat the Bears, you're pretty much home. Beat the Bears, beat the Vikings once, and that's pretty much a wrap as far as that goes. But that's been a wrap for a very, very long time.
It's been over.
Yesterday's game, Jared Goff, 213, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Got sacked once. Jahmyr Gibbs, 8 carries for 60 yards. David Montgomery, 18 carries, 56 yards. They were back on point, Lindsey. Everyone, and look, there's some side stories we'll get into the JMO stuff. We'll get into the Hutchinson stuff. That was a huge thing on the morning show. Sam Laporta as well. But, Lindsey, we always get caught up with toys, and we're here at Feldman Chevrolet. The drop-top vet is right here. Toys, right? It's sold. Lindsey Hunter peeping out the drop-top vets.
Right.
You know what, though? When the snow's falling on the ground, you know what you need you? The 4x4 Tahoe. And you grade the road, and you're driving down 696 with no worries. The biggest thing to me, Lindsey, and we even saw Frank Ragnow go down in this football game.
Yeah.
They return to business as usual. I tunnel vision, 30 carries, $142, 2 touchdowns. The Saints cannot beat you when you do that to them on the ground. They can't.
No, the Saints are. I told you I wasn't worried about this game. I mean, the Lions jumped out to a lead early and kind of just held them off. But I wasn't worried about the Saints. Who was the Saints quarterback? Did they use 3 quarterbacks this game? Did Carr play? Did Jameis play?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they used 3 quarterbacks.
Taysom Hill, yeah.
All those guys, you can't. I mean, they're not going to be.
When you're playing 3, you got none.
You have none.
Right.
Exactly. So I wasn't worried about this game at all.
It's just, Lindsey, the offensive line looked like they took it personal. And I'll get to the JMO thing in a minute, but like on JMO's touchdown run, people were talking about Laporta, Penei Sewell, 2 yards into the end zone when the play line of scrimmage was at the 11.
Right.
Like Penei Sewell, you could tell, Lindsey. To me, you could tell they took it personal yesterday, the offensive line.
Well, think about it. That was their worst game.
That we've seen.
And everybody kind of made a big deal about it. And we knew they were going to be better because they have the offensive line has never been the problem. They've never been the problem. And for them to have a bad game, it's okay. It happens. They have 17 games to play. You're not going to play your best all the time. They've just been the model of consistency, and they had a bad game, and they did come out and play the way that they normally play. And that's what you you dominated a bad team.
And all the talk coming into it was is Goff going to play a clean game, and how is Goff going to bounce back and all that. And to me, that certainly that plays a part. But the biggest thing that I needed to see is this team, quote, fixed. 148 yards rushing the football.
Right.
They're fine.
Oh, no doubt. I would like to see Gibbs get double-digit carries, but he's still 8 carries, 60 yards?
60 yards, 7.5 a pop.
Can't beat that.
And again, Lindsey, that's by design.
Yes,
you're trying to keep him at a max, I would guess, in the low teens.
Right.
As far as carries go. That's probably – in an ideal world, you would have 30 carries and 20 would go to Montgomery and 10 would go to Gibbs, I bet. If you gave them, said, what's your perfect mix? Or 20 and 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had that, then A, you won the football game, and B, you did what you wanted to do.
Yeah, and you can tell that's what the Lions are doing. It's just the same thing we talk about with JMO all the time. We're seeing him being incorporated more and more in the offense with, different in and rounds and screens and things like that. And that's what the Lions have been doing with young guys. And no different with JMO. Everybody was all up in arms talking about, he's a bust. He can't. They know what they're doing. They're using him more and more. We're seeing it. It's manifesting right in front of us. And now, the naysayers are starting to be a little less and less, except Sam Flannel.
Except Sam Flannel.
Right.
And this is the overriding This is the overriding storyline, I think, from this game Sunday. And Lindsey, I'll give you credit. You said this in July. You said it in August. You said it in September. You said it in October. You said it in November. You said it last week. You'll probably say it this week. They are 9-3, and what DNC ENT says, the 1 seed is alive now. Need Dallas to beat and get the tiebreaker on Philly. We need to beat Dallas and get the tiebreaker versus Dallas. But DNC ENT, yes, you're 1 game behind the Eagles for the number 1 spot in the NFC. I know that doesn't fit a lot of people's narrative because I was told Aaron Glenn needs to get a new place of employment and things like that. But there they were yesterday, taking the football away. Guys, look, are they a top 5 defense in the National Football League? No, they are not. Are they a top 10 defense in the National Football League? No, they are not. But what did we discuss going in? Because I always remember these things. If they can somehow get to 15,
right,
16, middle of the pack,
right, and improve the run defense.
Improve the run defense, which
right.
they have done.
Right.
Anybody, there's no one out there, that can say, look, this run defense isn't better. Now the Saints had 113 yards rushing, but it took them 36 carries to do it.
Right.
So I don't have a huge problem with that. Alvin Kamara had 2 touchdowns, but he had 14 carries for 51 yards. He was averaging 3.5 a pop. I can deal with 3 yards per carry. No doubt about that. Is the run again? Maybe I'm guilty of this sometimes, but I like to oversimplify things. Are they way better against the run this year? Yeah.
Yes. Obvious. Yeah, that's
now
obvious.
Stop being a yes man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was supposed to say no.
No, but I saw what I needed to see in that regard. First and foremost, offensive line's okay. Now, the Ragnow thing. We'll await word. I would suggest you follow Matt Broder, one of our Lions insiders, on Twitter. When news breaks about the Ragnow situation, he certainly will have it all for you. But I'm curious to get the people's takes out there. What was your main takeaway from the Lions win yesterday?
Mine was they did exactly what I thought they would do. They would jump out on them early, and they would cruise to a victory. I mean, it got a little, dicey. The playing teams like that, it's hard. You get a little complacent when what was it, 21-0 first quarter or something? Yeah. I mean, you human nature. You relaxed a little bit, and you let New Orleans come back a little bit. But I never was worried about that game. I had no worries. I thought the Lions were going to do exactly what they did, take care of business, regardless of how it looked. You got a W. Now people are nitpicking about, we didn't get any sacks or whatever. You won the game, and that was the most important thing. All that other stuff is just for, giggles.
Mr. K. Wells 4 brings up a good point, too. How about all 4 of our top draft picks from last year? All of them made good plays and were heavily involved, and got to love it. And Mr. K. Wells 4, I am in agreement with you. 2, it's one of those things where I've always said this, Lindsey, that you get yourself in trouble when you're counting on rookie parlays, right? You're counting on a rookie parlay, certainly in December. But you're not wrong. And the other thing that I like to see was you saw Brian Branch make a splash play on defense again. He was back. And look, I don't expect you to just pick off Patrick Mahomes for a pick 6 every single week that you step on the field. No one expects that. But I was waiting on that, and I saw it. I'm really, really happy I saw that, Lindsey.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing a team that's not as good as you, and you're watching some of the things that you did, not so well last week, now you start seeing the things that you saw during the domination. You see things happening. You see the D-backs making big plays. You see your defense, living up to what they were supposed to be. You see the offensive line get back to the norm. You see Jared Goff play a clean game. You see them incorporating some of the things that we've been waiting for, like J-Mo and all that stuff. That's what you're building towards the playoffs. That's all they're doing. They're building and seeing, hey, what works, what doesn't work, because all these things are going to be taken from the regular season and incorporated in the playoffs. I know Lions fans aren't used to that, but that is what's happening, people. That is what's happening.
WoodwardSports.com, chat thread, jump into there, get your thoughts out there. El Gato, if they play the Cowboys in the playoffs, I'll take Dallas money line all day. Okay. It matters where they play the game, man. You mean to tell me, and you, Lindsey, you're a great resource for this because you've lived it before. That day, say the Lions are playing the Cowboys because they got the Division I. They're playing a home playoff game. So if it's Lions-Cowboys, it's at Ford Field. That's a non-negotiable. You tell me this, Lindsey. You guys were heavy, heavy underdogs to the L.A. Lakers. Right. One of the biggest upsets to ever win the NBA title. Can you imagine? You were obviously at Game 3 of the NBA Finals in 2004. Lakers-Pistons. Did that environment help you guys win? That place was a zoo, man.
Yes.
Now picture that. You remember it in your mind, right?
Absolutely.
Times that by 10 and make that Ford Field.
Look, I'm never going to – if they play the Cowboys, the Cowgirls as I call them, there's no way I'm picking the Cowgirls. I want the Lions to destroy them. I don't ever want to see them succeed in the playoffs.
Can a crowd carry you?
Yes. It's going to be so electric in there. It's going to be crazy.
That will be the craziest environment of the year in the National Football League.
Yes.
Far and away.
And it's that could possibly happen.
It's going to happen. Like they are, Lindsey, let this sit in, everybody. Let this sink in, everybody. The Lions are playing a home playoff game and are going to win the division. They're like, what, minus 500 or something like that on DraftKings, which I told you guys to take it when it was minus 200. That was a gift after week 1. But whatever, I digress. Get right won, by the way, too, Boise State. Lindsey, you go back to your roots. Boise State. And, the David Montgomery, plus 400, 10 touchdowns, that officially cashed yesterday also. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's absolutely Honolulu Blue 85 or Honolulu BS says this fan base has always focused on games looking good because that's all we had with all the losses. When we come back, that's going to be the thing I want to touch on. We got a ton of stuff to get to. The Hutch stuff, the JMO stuff, all of that. We're going to get there. Let me tell you about wintertime in Detroit because it's always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan, the Southern Comfort Bowl. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden omelet as well. Also new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. And Darren McCarty would finish all that off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. You guys know what it is, Big Boy. It's a Detroit institution. Get to your local Big Boy today.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
How would you like to win a $100K Vegas getaway? Take your friends and live it up in a city that never sleeps. It's the Centron Energy Drink It and Live It sweepstakes. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter for your chance to win. Register at drinkcentron.com/Vegas and buy Centron at your local Meijer store. It's Centron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself. Once again, that website, drinkcentron.com/Vegas.
Keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Come on out. You're in that mid-market. They got them. The Blazers, the Equinox. Come on out here. They'll cut you a deal on them. They got some inventory. The rates have come down just a little bit. So if you're looking for that thing to kind of get you back into the car market, this is the place to do it. Tons of us here at Woodward Sports have bought our cars from Feldman Chevrolet. You should too. If you want things to be easy, I don't know, maybe you enjoy things that are harder than they have to be. I don't know. But if you want it to be easy, showroom's full of people right now. They're buying cars. So if you like easy, this is a spot for you. Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey, Hunter, new guy Kenny here in the house, JB Smoove as well. Shout out JB Smoove too, man. Guy's a warrior.
Yes, he is.
Absolute warrior. The morning show. Little known fact, Lindsey, you and I are easily replaceable. JB Smoove is not. Irreplaceable. Absolutely. He is the guy. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. We're talking Lions and Saints. Jeffrey Brown. How many points did the Cowboys give up this week? The Browns. How about the Eagles? Those are all really good defenses, right? The NFL is hard. The rules are in favor of the offense. We won. Relax. And Jeffrey, good point, because that's a great transition to where I want to go to. Right. I touched on a couple seconds in the open. I got tweets about this wasn't a statement win, about how this was my favorite. Neal, they almost lost the game. They were never trailing. They trailed literally for 0 seconds of the game. What are we doing here, Lindsey? What are we doing?
Well,
where are we at?
It's nitpicking. Like you said before we went in break, style points. They want to see how we win. If this wasn't perfect or that wasn't perfect, you got the win. That's the only thing that matters. Doesn't matter if you scored 40 or 30. You won. You won the game. Oh, the Saints made a run. They're an NFL team too. They just so happen to have 3 quarterbacks. But they made a run. That's what they were going to do. You still held them off. They were at home.
Yes.
You got a road win.
In a very tough environment,
yes.
Too. It's not like you were at Arizona. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Harley Brown, how about those calls at roughing the passer was disgusting. And look, I didn't like it either. I don't like that. I understand where they're coming from. I know what the letter of the law is. Like you can't just flop on them. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that with your body weight and all that kind of stuff. So I get where they were coming from with it. I don't like it either, though. We'll get to that. Lunchbox hooligans. The Lions can't rush the passer, but they're 9-3. I can go take that a step further too. The defensive coordinator should be fired, but they're 9-3. The quarterback turns the ball over too much, but they're 9-3. Offensive line had their worst game ever. They're 9-3. I'm not apologizing for it, Lindsey. I'm not.
You shouldn't have to. People are just, all up in arms about nothing.
Like this juggernaut, and this is true. Again, the following statement. This juggernaut that is the 49ers. They're 4-3 in their last 7. That's what they are. Mm-hmm. But they seem to be rounding into form. They do.
It's looking scary.
Real quick question for you, Lindsey. Did Chase Young play yesterday?
Yeah, he did.
He did? Okay, because I didn't see him listed in the box score.
He had just as many sacks as the Lions did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He had no stats in the game.
I know.
None.
That's okay.
Bruce Irving, by the way, did have a sack.
He pressured the quarterback, and our guards got sacks yesterday. Our guys did what they were supposed to do. We rush 4, we drop everybody else, and we make you sit in that pocket and
because the Lions trade deadline acquisition, Bruce Irvin, who they signed, did have a sack yesterday.
See, sometimes the guy that impacts the game doesn't get the gold all the time. Sometimes that guy is drawing so much attention that other guys impact the game. And we so happen to have 2 of those guys on the end that take up a lot of space. And those middle guys just in there smashing your helmets. You know what I mean?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread cat spot. That's a bad take by Neal. 49ers defense has been much better since they got Chase Young.
Unbelievably better.
Yeah, and I would say this. Was the Lions defense not better with Bruce Irvin out there? Were they not?
Not as good as us.
Were they not better? Did he get a sack? One game, 1 sack. That's all I know. That's all I can go by, Lindsey, is what happened.
Me too. That's all I can go by, too.
I'm just saying, though, everybody, that was underneath the table about Chase Young. You know, the guy that Brad Holmes went out and got, he had an impact. That's fair.
Our guy had an impact too.
I know, but I'm saying, though, Bruce Irvin had a big impact in that football game yesterday.
I mean, since we acquired Chase Young, I think in 4 games, we probably had close to 20 sacks.
Yep. Chase Young's got, what, one of them?
No, he's had like 3 or 4.
I believe it's 1.5.
No, it's not. It's more than 1.5. He had 1.5 in one game.
We'll have to get the research department on that. This isn't Ermanni and Edwards. We don't have like a producer, a sound guy, a TD, a research department. You know, we don't have all that here. It's just us. We're in the mud. We're in the mud, new guy Kenny. You're in the mud here, bro.
Mike Bell, Lindsey, Neal. Lindsey is praying the Niners don't have to face the Lions in the playoffs. I don't care who we play in the playoffs. We bring the best. Doesn't matter. It don't matter. You gotta. This is what people don't understand about like being a champion. You can't start dodging who you want to play. You gotta play. You play whoever comes up. You play the best team. You want to. Personally, you want to beat the best. You know what I mean? Like people. Well, I hope they lose and they lose. No. Whoever the best is, bring them. That's who I want to play. Because I don't want anybody to question. It's like when we beat the Lakers.
So that's the opposite of Michigan fans, right? Because their soul, you saw it in that video. You saw these ghostly souls shoot out into the heavens. You hear that room, though? They're like, oh. You know what it was like, man? It was like when I was watching. Hey, look, and there's no spoilers anymore because Ozark's been out there for a long time. It was like in Ozark when they shot the lawyer in the head from behind. I was like, oh my God. Like, that was the most stunning thing I'd ever seen in a TV show.
Right.
That's what that room was like in Ann Arbor yesterday.
That was so funny. It was quiet. Everybody was deep. And then they start mumbling, man.
They're like, yeah, can we get, is Connor busy? Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
But no, I don't understand. I don't understand how a Lions fan could walk away upset from that game. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Make it make sense to me. If you're in the chat, hold on, full disclosure. If you're in the WoodwardSports.com chat and you walked away upset from that game yesterday, please drop it in there. I'll read it immediately because I want to know. A lot like Michigan fans that helped me understand Florida State's resume, I shortchanged it at first. But I learned. Well, you're going to learn. I listen and I learn. and I want to know why. Earlier in the chat, WoodwardSports.com chat thread brought up the fact Lions defense is 14th overall. I believe it was Smoke N maybe that said that. Lions defense is 14th overall. That surprised me when I saw that. WoodwardSports.com.
What did Sam Flannel say? Did you read that comment?
Let me see.
He said something about another.
That was another unnecessary shot at Michigan for no reason. They have another chance to win a national championship. End of discussion. Sam, I wasn't the one in the room that saw that cursive A and went, oh! JB Smoove, do you have the capability to, if I text you a picture, can you get it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it up there.
Man.
All right, I'll do it to you during the break because I think I have the perfect picture. And it's of me. And it's a picture of me. And I'm going to send it to you. And during the break, I'll send it to you. And I'll say, this is what I saw. So stick around for that. Justin Shaw, I'm not mad, just concerned we can't close out games. Justin Shaw, they never trailed in the game.
They've won 8 games. What are you talking about? You can't close out games.
And who had the ball? How long was that last drive that ended the game? Well, they get 2 first downs in that drive?
Yeah.
When 16 had to put it in a shoebox, he did. On 3rd down. First down, Lions, this game is over. I believe that was Dan Miller's call.
Yep.
So they exactly closed out that game.
He's talking to hear himself talk at that point.
DCP1, all those 3rd and long conversions allowed. And I'll have to take a look at that and see exactly what the final numbers were on that. I think that's team stats. So we'll take a look at that and see because I don't know that I saw it like that. 3rd down, Third down efficiency, the Saints were 6 of 12. The Lions were 6 of 13. Yeah, 50's maybe a little bit high, I guess. But, again, I'm not going to trip on it. And naturally they're going to be higher when you're up 21-0 anyway.
Right.
Because you have that luxury. You have that luxury of being a little softer than you could. Cody Engel, Lions fans don't know how to enjoy the ride. Stop worrying about the what's and ifs in the playoff matchups. And, Cody, this whole thing, and I was a guy who was scared, not stoked at the beginning. You were getting on me in the preseason.
Yes.
That's why I appreciate you as a friend, you and D-Mac both. You held my hand, Lindsey, and you walked me down the street. And, like, my first couple steps, I stumbled and things like that. But then you helped me back up to my feet, and I walked and I stumbled again, and you helped me back up. And then before you knew it, I was walking on my own, Lindsey. And now I have such tunnel vision about this. The only thing that matters, get a road win.
Yes.
Go beat the Bears. That's it.
Right.
If you do that, then you're 10-3. And then you can look around and say, hey, we're done with our work. Where's everybody else at? Who you guys play next week?
Seabirds.
Oh, man, the Seahawks that everybody's terrified of here. I don't want to play the Seahawks in the playoffs, right? I read it earlier.
Hey, you
should be terrified.
We're bird hunting right now.
You should be terrified of that.
We're bird hunting.
Yes.
We captured the eagle. Now we're going for a seabird.
Let me handle this real quick, too, before we get to the break and JB Smooth tells you about Swiss Insurance. Real quick, I'll get you this one. These guys talk about Michigan is bad for their schedule and say don't worry about the Lions since they won. Contradiction, Neal Ruhl. And Michigan makes their own schedule. In the NFL, the schedule is made for you. It's professional sports. You get to do it on the field. You get to play everybody you're chasing. And it's 2 different ball games there. Michigan controls their schedule. Now, yeah, if the Lions, if they set up their own NFL schedule and they played the Cardinals 14 times in a row, then maybe we could sit here and have these discussions. They went to Kansas City and won. Like, stop with that.
Oh, man.
Stop with. All right, now tell them about Swiss Insurance, JB Smooth.
I think you still got Swiss.
Oh, I still have Swiss?
Yeah, I think you got Swiss up there.
Well, then let me tell you about Swiss Insurance then. Do you have football on the brain? Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this football year has already been awesome. It's also the perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today. You can email him, mark@swissins.com. And, guys, all you got to do, there's no commitment to do anything. Why would you not take a look at what you're paying versus what Swiss Insurance can have you pay? What are we talking about here? You're leaving money on the table, guys. And if not, then Mark will tell you, hey, you got a good setup. Thanks for calling. Thanks for emailing. Doesn't seem too difficult to me. Call them 248-800-4177. That's 248-800-4177. Mark at swissins.com. Take a look at your insurance with Swiss Insurance.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Are you tired of the same old Detroit sports wearable? Well, Woodward Sports has you covered. New designs, amazing appeal, and the ultimate swag. Go to woodwardsports.com and click shop. Get it in there. Hoodies, tees, beanies. JB Smooth's right in the middle of hoodie and beanie season right now. He couldn't be deeper into it. We have you covered. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. Check out the latest designs today. Go to woodwardsports.com and click on the shop tab. Pulling up on hour number 2 already. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, New Guy Kenny, JB Smooth as well. Shout out Sandy in the house with Crystal as well at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Shout out Sandy, too, for the Red Wings tickets we gave away. Nick won the ticket. Said he had a great time, by the way. Wouldn't have had the chance to go to the game. So they were enjoyed, and that is very, very cool. Lorena Rios, JB Russell Smooth. You like that one or no? That's what she said. No, you're not down. Just JB Smooth is cool. There's got to be a V on there.
Yeah.
Well, Lindsey, I don't know if you know this or not. We have video evidence. We have video from inside the room at Ann Arbor when that cursive A of Alabama popped up on the screen. It looked like this. That was the look of the souls escaping. That was on the Tower of Terror, by the way, down at Disney World. That was the look on all the Michigan personnel's face once they saw that cursive A, and they knew Nick Saban was coming to town, I guess, out there in Pasadena. But there it is, Lindsey, right there. No, it didn't look like that? No, actually, you know what that is? That's they get you in that room at the Tower of Terror, and they flash your credit card bill up on the screen from going to Disney, and then that's the look on your face. It's a very close cousin to Alabama popping up on there as well. Yes, but no, we're talking Detroit Lions. We're talking Saints right now. We'll get back into the college football playoff. Looks painful, Neal. Damn. Sir James, Neal peed a little. I may or may not have. There may have been some urine in the pants in Ann Arbor yesterday, too, as well. Yeah, so that's what it is. But, no, just still talking about Lions and the Saints. And, all right, let's get into a couple of the particulars. Lindsey, the Jameson Williams angle,
right?
Pretty big play in the football game, kind of akin to the catch he had against Tampa Bay, that kind of cemented you as going to win the football game yesterday. And there's two angles I'm going to go down. And number one, we'll rehash the other one that I've talked about in the past, where I should have seen this coming with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell in the way they develop rookies.
Right.
What's been your big thing about Jahmyr Gibbs? I want him to get the football more.
Yes.
I want him to get the football more. They don't care about what Lindsey Hunter wants.
No, obviously not.
They care about their timeline, their game plan, what they do. We should have seen this coming with Jameson Williams. Is that
Same
fair?
Thing. No, that's very fair. When everybody else is sitting here yelling out he's a bust, they're easing him into it just like they're doing Gibbs thing. You know, even when he had the breakout game, when the other running back came back, what happened? The bulk of the workload went to the other running back, and Gibbs is getting 8, 9 carries, 10 at the most. They're just going to ease these guys into it. That's just the reality of it. People should get used to it. The same. J-Mo's been hurt. He's been out. But now that he's back, they're slowly incorporating him into the offense. That's what they do.
Here on Mark M. J-Mo is growing up. He's impressing me more and more on the field and off the field. And Mark, I would say this, like, I never questioned that about Jamison Williams. But then again, I guess it didn't fit my narrative because I didn't think he was a bust. I was told he's a bust, but here's an interesting
That's Sam Flannels.
Well, and for the Sam Flannels of the world,
narrative.
here's an interesting thing about J-Mo. His time in the NFL, he's had 33 targets. He's had 33 targets. He's got 4 touchdowns on his resume. When you get the football to 9, good things happen.
Right.
They do. And you can't deny that. It's not a numbers anomaly anymore. It's a trend now.
Right.
When he gets the pill, big things happen. And if you didn't see that, much like it was like the opposite of what happened in Ann Arbor yesterday. When I saw Jamison Williams come around that end, that you know what it was exactly like? It was like when I was watching Bama, Georgia in that SEC championship game. And remember when he caught that ball into space and just took off?
Yes.
And he didn't run. He was gliding. But, Lindsey, there were NFL defensive backs and linebackers that were powerless to do anything about how dynamic his speed was.
No,
Everyone was in slow motion.
He was a blur. Like, he just ran past everybody like a blur. Dude's going to be a monster, man. I don't like it when people write off young guys so soon. Like, you got to give them a chance to get, play an entire season. They haven't played their entire season yet.
Talk to those people. Don't talk to me.
Flannel.
I've seen it. Andrew Klingerman, every time J-Mo touches the ball, it seems like it's a touchdown. He would have more than 4. 2 have been called back on flags. And, Andrew, I was told when I say that, well, they're not touchdowns. Well, they're not touchdowns. So that's what Sam Flannel says. So I'm just going by what is on the record sheet. 33 targets, 4 touchdowns.
Think Sam Flannel has ever scored a touchdown in any pretend game or anything?
Only in marriage. He scored a touchdown there, but that just goes to show you that, if you have a dominant offensive line and everything's in place, then, you can have success.
Oh, man.
That's it, though. That's it.
He said he played football a little bit.
But seriously, though, and Lindsey, just to give this to a basketball equation, if you have a center or a forward that's 4 of 8 from the floor, get you 10 points, has a couple free throws, shouldn't you maybe see if he goes 8 for 16?
Definitely. You definitely want to see.
And again, I know this. It sounds like I'm being contradictory to what I just said a minute ago. I have to understand that and trust these guys.
Right.
Because the rookies, as somebody said earlier, the 4 rookies were all big-time contributors.
Right.
So I have to defer to them. But I feel the way you feel about Jahmyr Gibbs is the way I feel about Jamison Williams, that 8 touches in some form or fashion should be a non-negotiable because chances are the numbers say you're going to end up with a touchdown.
Exactly. But I think that's going to happen more and more as time progresses, and we're seeing it. We're slowly seeing it. But they know what they're doing. They did, like you said, they've done it with Gibbs. They've done it with, all of their young guys, and we'll just see him continue to get better. And that means, more dynamic plays for the Lions. He's the one game breaker. He's the one guy that, we've seen flashes of it, more and more every game. When he gets the ball in space, man, it's tough to get a hand on the guy.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I do want to have the defensive discussion, though, when we come back. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Cody Engel. Florida State should be more mad at the ACC for voting against the expanded playoff starting this year versus next. They were a dissenting vote. You know who the other dissenting vote was?
Who?
The Big Ten. The Big Ten and the ACC voted against the expanding the playoff. On a side note, speaking of voting, since Cody Engel brought it up, you know who voted against helmet technology instead of going the signs route? Take a guess. Again, I'm not projecting any. What? New guy Kenny shaking his head. You're laughing. I'm reporting.
Let me see.
I'm reporting.
Would that be Michigan?
You can look into it if you want. I don't want to influence people's decisions.
Asking, is it Michigan?
I don't want to influence people. It may be.
Okay.
If you look into it, it may be. But I'm the bad guy.
I mean,
all I'm doing is reporting it.
But you didn't steal signs, did you?
No.
Okay.
And I didn't vote against helmet technology either. They didn't ask me. Why are we laughing?
Oh, man.
Why is new guy Kenny? Why are you laughing? Why is everybody laughing?
It's funny, man. You said
I had nothing to do with any of this.
Are we sure they voted against helmet technology?
Yes.
It's so funny. Oh, God. That's hilarious.
Here on Mark M., Michigan wanted to stay with leather helmets and taking trains to games. All right. That was somebody in the chat. That wasn't even me. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone, where anyone, and I mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you get the squeaky clean gym with tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. All that, just $10 a month, no commitment. Wherever you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit, over 2,400 of them in the world. Upgrade to that black card. No rock walls, which is why a black card only costs you $24.99 a month and not $99 a month. You don't need a rock wall, Lindsey. Push some weights, get on a treadmill, pedal a bike, all right? Then, at that point, then maybe you can go for the rock wall, all right? Planet Fitness. Pull in the parking lot of any one of the 50 Metro Detroit locations. You can join there or jump on your computer, planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Neal Ruhl here for Outdoor Equipment Company, the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan-grown, family-owned bad boy mowers, tractors, still handhelds, and even weed whippers. Liberty trailers, generic generators, SnowX plows, and salters as well. Guys, winter is coming. Christ, it's here already.
Yeah, it's here.
Be prepared, and you can do all that at Outdoor Equipment Company. Delivery to your doorstep, OutdoorEquipmentCo.com. Again, OutdoorEquipmentCo.com. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl and Lindsey Hunter, JB Smoove, new guy Kenny as well. Happy to have you guys here with us. Lions victory Monday. And to be fair, I did not have this on the sheet. It was not an angle I was looking to go towards. What?
Oh, man. Well, I'm waiting to hear what you're about to say.
No, because so here's the deal. I saw the morning show talk about this because I was here at Planet Fitness in Novi because every remote we go to, there's a Planet Fitness close by. I was in there doing my miles on the treadmill and everything like that, and they turned the discussion to something we talked about in the past, but I don't have a huge problem with it yesterday because when you win, I don't have a problem with things. When you lose, I do. But they won, so I was being consistent about it. But I was surprised at the mileage that it got. The whole Aiden Hutchinson discussion yesterday, or from the game yesterday, that they got into, and it really, really took off. I mean, it had the division lines, the pro Hutch. And look, to be fair, I've been a guy that said I needed more. And I do from the number 2 overall pick. I do from a guy that Sam Flannel, people like Sam Flannel told me, 13.5 sacks loading, NFL Defensive Player of the Year candidate, all that kind of stuff. Look, they won. and other people picked up the slack, so I don't really care.
Right. Sort of
Yesterday.
Sort of like the Chase Young thing.
Is it? Do you need more from him, though?
Yeah, we always need more. But they win the game. They still have an impact. They didn't get home or get, a sack for themselves. But they still impacted the game. And you won. Like, the ultimate goal of these games is to win. Guys are going to accumulate stats as they go along, but stats mean nothing. What if he had 14 sacks and the Lions were 2-10?
Wouldn't like it.
Exactly. But you would accept this. How many sacks does he have?
Well, Smokin puts it out there. 7 weeks now with no sacks.
It's okay. They're winning. I'd rather him have, if the Lions run the table and he gets 1 sack the rest of the year, would you take that? If they run the table and win every last game.
Well, obviously,
yeah.
But can they do that if you get nothing from him? Can they do that, Lindsey? You know the answer.
No, but here's the thing. They have been winning with him not being as effective as we would like him to be. Right? They've been winning. As long as they're winning games, it's not that big of a deal.
Girth Brooks 313, another legendary name in the chat. Girth Brooks, up there with Dr. Clappin Cheeks, etc. Sam Reynolds, Lindsey Hunter is spot on here. Okay, Hutch fell down about 7 times yesterday. Too many stanky legs.
Oh goodness.
Smoke N says we need a lot more out of the number 2 overall pick than no sacks in 7 weeks, and I do agree. You can't not agree with that, Lindsey. Anybody, there should be nobody out there that can agree with that.
No, but they're winning. They're winning. This would be a big deal if they were losing every game. To me, it doesn't matter. They're winning. Now, if they're not winning, then you're not winning games. You say, hey, dude, you gotta impact the game more. But they're winning. It doesn't it's not a big deal to me.
Matt N says the best defensive lineman can't be our 36-year-old free agent that we just signed. And have to expect more from our number 2 pick. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's fair. Lindsey, that's fair.
Sam Flannel said he had a sack against the Bears, so it hasn't been 7 games.
I thought he didn't get the sack for that because it was
Did he get the sack for that?
So, all right, 1 sack in 7 weeks. Oh, you're right. No, it didn't acceptable then.
Yeah, it's acceptable. They're winning. You play to win the game, not to accumulate stats.
Lindsey, I agree with you, man. I do, but they can't win all those games if you don't get anything. Over the long run, that's a losing proposition, and you know
time will tell. We don't know. They've been winning games different types of ways. We'll see. Right?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Hoof-Hearted says, Hutch hasn't been right all this year. His bag of moves has gotten way smaller since the first game of the year. And, it's something for me where, and that's what John Johnson says as well. Hutch looks like he has some kind of lower body thing going on. There's a very gimpy walk. So, I don't know. He was banged up a little bit. I know that. But, again, I think it's fair. I just wanted to bring it up.
Jim 3 makes a good point. He said, Dan Marino had great stats. No Super Bowl wins.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. This one's pretty good. I'm usually gonna read these types of. Oh man, it just moved away on me. Oh, here it is. Okay, Dr. Detroit. Hutch has hit his ceiling, and his ceiling is a good defensive end. Broder great, not elite. So, it's one of those things, Lindsey, where do they need him to be great to get to this level? That hat on your head, to get to that level, do they need him to be great?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
You want him to be great. That's why he was the 2nd pick overall, right? That's the expectations. And I still think he has time for that. I'm not, casting the guy out because
I'm not either.
But it seems like a lot of our fans are. I'm not casting the guy out because he hasn't been, up to par. They're winning. Winning hides a multitude of sins. When you win, things aren't as bad as you think they are. right?
Sure.
But when you start losing, now you magnify everything.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. You guys with your excuses. He gets double teamed and triple teamed. He needs more help now. His legs hurt. Come on. Well,
his legs hurt. Oh, goodness.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Isaiah Sanders. If you want to be great, he needs help. Name me a great defensive end who doesn't play next to an all-pro caliber player. Now, Isaiah Sanders, you guys can hold on with that because let me read this text for you I have here. It says, oh, so with Hutch, everything has to be right for him to be good. That comes from Jared G. in Birmingham. Keep it 100, right?
Yeah.
Everything that's what I'm hearing right now. I'm hearing a whole lot of everything's got to be right for him to be good.
I don't believe in that.
And what do the people say about Goff every week? When he plays well, what do they say? Well, yeah, everything was in place. When they lose, what do they say? Well, Goff, he's a turnover factory and he's not very good. So just keep it 100. That's all I'm asking. Like for the flannels out there, just keep it 100.
I agree.
Is that fair?
No, that's very fair. It's like some people think that anybody can plug in certain systems and be a successful quarterback. Oh, yeah, you can put anybody in that system and they'll be successful. I mean, we've only tried 7 quarterbacks.
Hoof-Hearted says everything has to be right for Hutch to be elite. He's always good. And I could say that same sentence about Jared Goff.
Or any other successful quarterback in this league.
Fair. I just wanted to put that out there. Dom Rivera, was that from Jared Goff in Birmingham? It just says Jared G in Birmingham. That's all it said on the text. I can't tell you where he's from or who it is. I can't tell you. Mars says James Houston was our best pass rusher. 14 Grit, what about Branch? He was missing for 4 weeks. And 14 Grit, like, here's the deal, too. Safeties, what do we classify Branch as? Safety, right? Like, for the most part, it's what we classify him as.
Yeah.
Safeties are like that, where that's why I think Sunday was big for Branch. Just to kind of have a reemergence.
Right.
What would you say, and I would ask the people, what would you say about Kirby Joseph? That's the nature of their position. If they don't have picks, because if they're making a tackle in the run game, that's bad news.
Right. Too deep in the secondary.
Too deep in the secondary. I think that defensive backs are the offensive linemen of the defense. You only see it when it's bad, and you only see it when it's really, really good, like when they have the splash play. That's the nature of their position, though. That's what they do. So, yeah, I mean that's. I just wanted to ask the question. That's all. I just wanted to ask the question. Like if I needed to get the very best selection of pet food, and I wanted to ask that question, then I would probably ask JB Smoove that question.
Oh, absolutely. And then I would direct you towards Premier Pet, because when it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet supply store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, and the lowest prices in curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Check them out online today at premierpetsupply.com.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
We're getting down to the end of football season, and Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. Smells so good, like the whiff of the first playoff win in over 30 years. A gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. Find them at Dispo Dispensary. Get 25% off. 25% off. Check it out online at gloriouscanna.com. That's Glorious, C-A-N-N-A, gloriouscanna.com. Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, JB Smoove, new guy Kenny, live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. They are motivated here, midsize SUV, the Blazer. Come on down here. They'll cut you a good deal. And I don't know if you know this or not, interest rates kind of ticking down a little bit. So get in, guys. You know the holidays. That's the best time to buy a car. They have the inventory. They want to move the inventory. And it's going to be easy. If you like easy, come down here to Feldman Chevrolet and buy a car. You can get it pushing on that. But, yes, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, NBA champion here with you. All of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts about football this weekend. College, pros, doesn't really matter. We'll go around the NFL coming up in just a couple of minutes. Just kind of the other things that stood out to you. Go J-Mo. Goff scrambled and extended plays better than I've ever seen him. Not sure what they did in practice last week, but it paid big dividends.
You remember what they did in practice when he tripped over the thing?
That's what I was told, yeah. Tripped over the cone or whatever it was. I was told that was a problem. Well, I would always contend that scrambling is easy when you're not hit from behind and have the ball popped out, right? Is it easier then?
I'm sure it is.
And go J-Mo, like that's where the baseline for me yesterday was the offensive line play. That was the baseline to me. They got back to what they do. And what they do is they run the football. 140-plus yards rushing yesterday. That's exactly what I was looking for. Almost 5 yards per pop. You had a splash play with Jamison Williams on the end around where he turned on the Jets. And Lindsey, that man looked different than all the other men on the field. And if you take, some of the best, you're some of the best at what you do, when you make them look ordinary, what does that make you?
Special. Certain guys have that. Like, they're running at a different level than everybody else. He's one of those guys.
But Jared Goff yesterday, exactly what I was looking for from Goff, because I was told he needs everything right.
Perfect.
Perfect in order for him to do anything, kind of like Aiden Hutchinson. But Goff was what?
Oh, you had to throw that in there, didn't you?
Why can't it be true for both?
No, it can't.
I hear the same things.
No, it can't be.
Okay, so you agree?
I definitely agree.
Okay, then why are you laughing?
Because it's funny.
All right. Jared Goff yesterday, 213, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, which is pretty much what you're looking for from him. And bottom line for me is this. When you had to have it, when it was third down, and the Saints might have had an opportunity to get the football back, they never saw the football again. And largely because of what Jared Goff did. And Sam Laporta, we even touch on Sam Laporta. Now, you root for a football team that has a very, very good tight end. Maybe a notch below Travis Kelce, but as good as it gets at the tight end position that you can hope for. You, as a 49ers fan, as somebody who watches George Kittle a lot, to quote Deion Sanders, Sam Laporta's coming.
Oh, no doubt. No, he's in that club already.
Wow.
He's in that club already. He's a monster. I love him. He just got to get his hair fixed. He's too clean cut to be an elite tight end.
But when do you need kind of a little bit of a mop up there? You know what I'm saying?
You want to be scruffy looking. Like all those guys. And the only reason Kelce has cleaned up is because he's dating Taylor Swift. He wasn't clean cut like that.
Do you think Taylor Swift had ever been to Green Bay, Wisconsin in her life before yesterday?
Oh, she's such a bandwagon. She all over the place, chest bumping mom. Stop it. You don't even know what. I would be surprised if she knew what was going on. She probably, somebody could tell her, oh, they scored a goal. And she'd be like, oh.
I don't know. I think you're underestimating, like, the whole Taylor Swift army. I think that they're analyzing Andy Reid and saying, if there's a cover two, you got to get the ball to 87. you know they're at that level already.
No,
Lindsey, you know they are.
No, I got tired of it. It was an overdose of Taylor Swift when they first started dating. And this all these jersey sales have quadrupled. Who cares? I don't want to see that.
He had 4 catches for 81 yards yesterday. I'm just saying. No, but Sam Laporta, are we there? Like,
he's in the big boy club of the elite.
How about this? Let me baseline this and see where everybody's at. And here's where I need the chat. 14 grit Laporta, number 3 tight end in the NFL. Number 1 is Hawkinson. Nah, bro, that ain't it.
Who said that?
14 grit.
No.
Hey. Can we chat pull that? Who would you rather have right now, Laporta or Hawkinson?
Jonathan Anton said at Sam Reynolds, let the Big D Energy Show be. If we wanted your opinion, we would tune into the morning show.
Why? What did Flannel have to say?
He didn't say nothing yet.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
That's funny.
Now they got me curious because I see a couple people talking about it. Now I'll have to be Dr. Detroit really thinks our 44 edge rushers better than Hutch. I'm the one with the bad takes. SMH. Well, I mean, you did promise me 13.5 sacks and a borderline NFL Defensive Player of the Year. But then again, I was promised, J.J. McCarthy would be the number one pick in the draft and would be in New York for the Heisman Trophy.
And number 1 pick in the draft. Best player in college football.
Okay, but getting back to the Laporta thing. Take C.J. Stroud out because I have to for this discussion because he's the Rookie of the Year.
No doubt.
And I was told Ohio State quarterbacks suck in the NFL.
They lied.
Would he be Rookie of the Year?
Yes.
Like
clear cut.
Going around the room, new guy Kenny's, got
clear
a glare
cut.
with a head nod.
Clear
you
cut.
got raised eyebrows with a head nod. Sandy's got a head nod. JB Smooth.
Clear cut.
Wow. I'm not questioning you. I'm just like the conviction. You know what I'm saying? Like the conviction in the room.
I even go back to when we were comparing running backs early in the season. Everybody was going on crazy about what Bijan down in Atlanta. Everybody was like, oh, that guy's better than Gibbs. And I was like, just give it time.
Wow. We have done a lot of polls here on WoodwardSports.com. We could do a poll, do you like pizza, yes or no? Everyone likes pizza. Right. It would still be 90-10. We did a poll one time, do you like Sam Flannel as a person? Even that was 90% no, 10% yes. But this one, who would you rather have at tight end, Laporta or Hawkinson? 98% say Sam Laporta. 2% say TJ. I'm at a loss for words. Because I was just told by somebody that TJ Hawkinson's the best tight end in the league.
That's just somebody's just talking. They don't believe that. He's the best tight end in the league?
Which my follow-up to that is, Lindsey, because I feel like even here he's not getting that kind of shine. You know what I'm saying? Even here, let alone nationally.
I think people recognize them. I think people acknowledge the fact that Laporta is one of those guys that's going to be, you'll be mentioning with Kelsey and Kittles and he's in there. Definitely.
And it might be time for him to get some more shine nationally, even though, man. But then again, how can they if we undervalue him here? Do you think we undervalue him? I think we do. I think we how people are talking to me about him right now. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown territory, and Amon-Ra St. Brown doesn't get the shine he deserves either nationally.
Well, that's the thing. As the Lions progress and become a powerhouse football team, they will get the national recognition. That one playoff win and it's over.
That is probably true too. That probably plays a part.
Yes.
I would agree with you on that for sure. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. John Johnson, Laporte is a supernova because we aren't paying Kelsey or Hawkinson money for it. And that's, you know me, Frank, like that's my realm right there. That's my realm. Like you look at what, here's why again, I say this periodically. Here's why the Lions are good, everybody. Penei Sewell, rookie contract. Amon-Ra St. Brown, rookie contract. I think now I have to do that job. Sam Laporta, rookie contract. In a league where T.J. Hawkinson's making $17 million. And he got out of paying T.J. Hawkinson's. See, like, this is for the trade deadline crowd and all that stuff. The Brad Holmes didn't do anything. You know when he did do something? When he got out of paying T.J. Hawkinson, got compensated to do it, and turned him into Sam Laporta and reset the rookie contract clock.
And got a better guy.
And got a better player.
Yep.
And got paid to do it.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what else to say.
Right.
I don't know what else to say.
Only thing is gonna kind of derail this if Goff gets that $55 million a year.
I'm a Goff fan. He ain't getting $55 million a year.
What do you think he's gonna get?
He ain't getting 50. Yeah, something that starts with a 4. Yeah. And again, like real quick, since we did it, and I know this is going to explode, and it's not what I want to do because I want to go around the NFL next. I gave you guys the path to essentially have him for the next 3 years at $155 million. I gave the path.
Dude, he's getting 50. Y'all talking at 40. Dude, he's gonna get 50 a year.
No, I'm sorry,
Okay.
I misspoke there. I gave you guys the path for you to have Jared Goff next year for the next 3 years at $120 million. $120 million for the 3 years. Because he gets 31 next year. You tag him the next 2 years, which you can do, and then boom, boom, you're there. And then according to the Hendon Hooker apologists, that's when Hendon Hooker gets us over the hump because we won't get to a Super Bowl with Goff, but then Hendon Hooker will parachute in here, and then there will be a Super Bowl team. Who says no? You say no to that, new guy Kenny? $122 million for 3 years? Just saying.
No, if you can avoid, I just don't see a way that it's going to happen. I just don't think he's going to. The way the quarterback market is right now, dude is set to get $50 million a year.
No, I just told you what it is.
No, I know if you tag him, you can get away
I just told you what it is.
But you think they're going to do that?
I would. That would be my play.
You don't count because you have no emotions tied to it. You're just going to do what the business thing tells you to do.
What evidence has Brad Holmes given you to suggest that he's not about that life too?
Because I think he really likes golf and they have a great relationship. So I think Brad Holmes will go in with probably more of an emotional side than just strictly business with golf. I think I'm just telling you how I feel about it. I don't know if that'll happen, but I just can't see him. Like Daniel Jones got $40 million, $45 million.
Yeah, and
he's not golf. If Daniel Jones got 45, what do you think Goff is going to ask for? If I'm Jared Goff and I'm looking at Daniel Jones, who isn't close to me.
No, Lindsey, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
No,
you don't have a choice.
I understand what you're saying.
With my plan, he doesn't have a choice.
I know. Not what you're playing because you're just going to tag him. So.
Which is in my right as a franchise
yeah, it is.
Due to the contractual nature of the collective bargaining agreement signed with the players.
Yeah.
So you're on board with my plan, new guy Kenny. 3 years, $122-ish million. Handles everything, checks every box. I'm just saying that's what I would do. So there is that. Let me tell you what else I would do. I go to the bar where I'm a regular, and that is Hamlin Pub. Everyone's a regular. at Hamlin Pub. You can join the Woodward Sports Alliance post-game show live from Hamlin Pub. We've been known to do it out there from the Tenkin Road location. Stick Maz, you know how they're all out there as well. But again, they have the game day specials. They have 7 locations around Metro Detroit. Go to HamlinPubs.com. Find out which location works best for you. It's Hamlin Pub.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Neal Ruhl here for Feldman Automotive Group. We're live here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. But there's 18 Feldman Automotive dealership locations. That means there's one in your backyard. Go to feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Since 1996, yes, back when Boys to Men were singing Motown Philly, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. We're here today, so in 2 Mondays from now, we'll be here again, and I love it because I love hanging out with my people from Feldman Chevrolet. It's Feldman Automotive Group. Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, JB Smoove. He is high level. New guy Kenny seems to be pretty high level. Early returns, new guy Kenny's pretty high level, Lindsey. And there's some indicating factors that I appreciate, so I'm thankful he's here.
Are you?
I am.
I agree.
Why would I not be? It's got that juice. You know what I'm saying? WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Who'd you rather have at tight end? Wow. Sam Laporta, TJ Hawkinson. Sam Laporta, 98% of the vote. I think we can put that one to bed, JV Smoove. We've never had a 98% poll. Like I would say, do you like summer? 90 to 10. Do you like sunshine? Do you like breathing? 95% to 5. I mean, it is absolutely incredible.
Lucky Belafonte says Lindsey wouldn't have paid Jimmy G. Why would he pay golf? Golf is better than Jimmy G, dude. Don't ever compare golf to Jimmy G. Jimmy G sucks.
Smoke N says we want bourbon for beer prices. And Smoke N, so here's the thing. So if you're familiar with the bourbon world, what I'm giving you a Goff's contract. We pay him next year per his contract, $31-ish million. We tag him 2 consecutive years. That'll probably run you about 90-ish. And we're in there, everybody. 3 years, $120-ish million. Boom. We're in there. So what I'm giving you bourbon. I'm giving you Old Granddad 114. That's what I'm giving you. And those that know. OG 114 under $30 a bottle. Quality stuff. I made it work for everybody. That's what I'm doing. Jared Goff is Old Granddad 114 as far as I go. Do want to take a look around the around the NFL and what happened yesterday. Lindsey, outside of the Lions, outside of the 49ers, what kind of jumped out there to you?
The Green Bay Fudge Packers. They jumped out to me. I was impressed. I was very impressed. Those young guys, the receiving core, Jordan Love, they played a heck of a game last night. It looked like the old, Packers of old. You're starting to see it come together. And as I said, Jordan Love was a bona fide starter in the NFL. He's shaping up to be that. He made some plays last night that were simply fascinating. And they beat the Chiefs.
Wyatt Bear says, bottled and bod old granddad is like having Amon-Ra on a rookie deal. I would agree with you guys. That's my go-to. Like, if I'm in an airport or whatever and they got it, I'm just saying, I may or may not have last year in a Philadelphia airport finished off a half a bottle of it. I may or may not have. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Chief, ironically enough, Chief says the Chiefs are washed, which is weird. But anyway, I'll tell you what jumped out to me, Lindsey, and I'm a sucker for this kind of thing, and I love it. And I love that I saw it yesterday. In the Falcons-Jets game, the score at the end of the first quarter was Jets 2, Falcons nothing. And I love that.
You watched that crap?
No, I just saw the score alert come on, and I saw it was the end of the first quarter, and the Jets were winning 2-0. And then the Jets went on to give up 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning and lose 13-8. The bullpen needs some work over there for the New York Jets.
No, there was a game worse than that. I think it was the Chargers. Who did the Chargers play?
That would be the New England Patriots.
Ooh, that was brutal. What was the score? 6-0?
6-0. Shutout effort from Justin Herbert. He went 8 2/3, gave up 3 hits, did just enough to win.
Oh my goodness, that was bad. Did you hear Belichick's interview after the game?
No, I can only imagine though what he said.
Oh my goodness.
What'd he say? I love it. What'd he say?
Oh my goodness. They were trying to ask him about the synopsis of the season, and he was pissed. He was like, we're not done with it. We have to talk about this game. This game is what's important right now. We're not going about, you're asking me something about the season, and we haven't completed it. And he just looked at him, and they asked him another question. He said, I just answered it.
You do a pretty good Bill Belichick, low-key. You do. You do a pretty good Bill Belichick, low-key.
Oh,
and just for the record, like the Jets, who are now 4-8, so Sam Flannel, that coffee bet that we have, you can pay it off now. You can wait till they're mathematically eliminated. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you.
No, but Rodgers is coming back.
I know he is. Yeah. He's not coming back. And look, I didn't want to go down this road, but look, that whole Achilles thing is one of two things. Number one, he knew that his team stinks and Tim Boyle was going to be the quarterback, and they aren't going to the playoffs. If they aren't going to the playoffs, he's not coming back. So either that's A, or B, he never really tore his Achilles.
No,
a lot like he never got the COVID vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just playing word games about it. Immunized. Yeah.
He tore that Achilles. He tore that.
Did he?
Yeah, he tore it.
You sure his Achilles wasn't immunized?
No. He tore it.
Okay. I can only go by what he says.
He tore it. But I mean, if you watch him, he's nowhere near ready to play. He's out there throwing the ball. He was throwing like 2 little kids. He wasn't out there like, no, he wasn't ready. It's just a tease, man. The man wasn't going to play. You think he didn't tear his Achilles? Anybody? Dude.
I don't know.
It's an Achilles. What do you mean it wasn't bad? Is it? I don't care how much of an attention whore he is. Achilles is an Achilles. We've seen athletes go through that, right? He's not coming back. He's just walking around prancing like he's coming back. And you never know because he goes into those resorts, those quiet places, and the dark things that he does.
The dark room, yeah.
Yeah, that helps him.
Yeah, he gets plant enemas or whatever it is that he does. I don't know. I will say this too, like as far as looking around the National Football League, and if you got something to say about it, jump in there and get your thoughts out there. Lunchbox hooligans. I'm not reading stuff like this that says, I want to see Rodgers come back so he can tear the other Achilles. That's aggressive. I'm not reading things like that, guys. Don't send that in here. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Matt has some reaction. Says Randall Cobb is the equivalent of Giannis's brother.
Randall Cobb. Oh, that's bad. Randall Cobb could play at one time.
Oh, man. I heard they were playing enemas. I don't know what it is. Detroit's Villain says, think about this. The Patriots hold the number 2 pick in the draft right now. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. The other thing I wanted to say about the NFL slate yesterday, I'm thankful that our team was playing at 1 o'clock and played an entertaining game against the Saints, because if you looked around the 1 o'clock slate, it would have been a good day to go rake leaves or, go Christmas shopping at the mall with your wife.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So you had, at the same time, you had the Chargers playing the Patriots.
That was
6-0. You had the Falcons coming back in the bottom of the 7th to win 13-8. You had the Steelers losing at home to the Cardinals. You had the Commanders losing by 30 to the Dolphins. And you know what? There's one other thing that I did want to bring up, by the way, that I saw in the NFL. Where are these people telling me about watch out for the Broncos? Like Russ is cooking. You were one of them.
Russ won 3 in a row.
I know, but guess how that game ended in Houston?
Yeah, they lost.
With Russ throwing an interception like it does all the time because Russ is
That's
cooked.
okay. No, Russ is
cooked.
not the reason they're losing.
They're 6-6. They're done. That Steelers team that lost to the Cardinals yesterday at home, higher than the Broncos.
That's okay.
Russ is cooked.
No.
Russ ended it the same way Russ always ends it.
Russ won a Super Bowl.
Yeah? How did he end another Super Bowl that they had a chance to win?
They didn't give it to Beast Mode.
And which led to what?
What?
Russ throwing a pick.
Doesn't matter.
That game ended, that Super Bowl ended the same way that game ended yesterday.
It wasn't
Here we
Russ's
are again.
fault.
I know it wasn't.
You just hate Russ because you don't like his hair.
I don't do personal attacks, Lindsey. That's number one. I'm not like the chat. I'm not like you. I don't do personal attacks.
So
however,
correct me. Say however.
His hair does have similar qualities to a Lego figure's hair that you take off one Lego and put on another. Does it come in blonde? I think he's had blonde hair before. I think it comes in blonde, and it's got that little nub on the end of it that you place in the top of the head so it doesn't move.
Oh, this dude right here, man.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Chef Chris Smith, let's ride into a losing season. I was told he was back.
He is back.
I was told the Broncos are going to the playoffs.
I didn't. Who said
And
that?
then I look up, and Russ is throwing a pick in the end zone to seal the deal.
He was trying to win the game, man.
I know. And what'd he do? He threw a pick.
Oh, man.
Also, too, Smokin', Tyreek is ridiculous. He is ridiculous. And you know what else? Shout out Mike Evans.
Oh, another
that guy is a bad dude,
monster,
man. That guy is a bad dude. Hey, we're late for the break, aren't we?
No, we're good.
Aren't we? I didn't miss a 12:50 break?
I mean, you did, but still, we're good. I can just do it now.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell them about Lady Jane's. Hey, tell them about somewhere where Russell Wilson does not go to get his hair cut, apparently.
Yes, Russell Wilson does not go here, even though he should. But come to the Lady Jane's haircut for no, he doesn't. For an award-winning haircut experience, register to win a trip of your dreams for an experience for a all expense paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
All right, winter is here, and if you're dreaming of a new home but feeling like you're in the pinch, we've got something fantastic for you. Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Here's the deal. When you work with Mark White & Associates Realtor, they'll pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right. Buying a home just got a lot easier. Imagine having an extra $5,000 in your pocket this winter. With years of experience and commitment to making your dreams a reality, Mark White & Associates are your go-to team for all things real estate. This is an incredible opportunity, but it won't last forever. So call Mark White & Associates today at 248-290-8242 and let them make your winter dreams buying a true experience.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy live at Feldman Chevrolet out here in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. If you've been kicking around the idea of getting that new Blazer, that new Equinox, come on down right now. They got the inventory, and they are ready to deal. And I don't know if you saw that, but the financing offers getting a little better by the day. So make your move. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Dan Wood. Old Cotton Hands, Big Mike Gentry has Russ's hair. If you put OL in front of anything, I'll read it. I'll read it in the chat.
Old Cotton Hands.
Old Cotton Hands. Lucky Belafonte. Real NFL fans understand it's any given Sunday. Record doesn't matter. You can lose to the worst, and you can beat the best. No, and Lucky, I think the college football thing where teams control their own schedule has impacted our view of NFL football. We don't understand that there's a computer formula that kicks
totally
out the schedule.
Right.
You don't have any control over it. You don't dictate who you play. So
Right.
there's that one. Yeah, out there also. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Bo Booth says, it doesn't matter if Tyreek Hill or JMO is faster. No one else is faster than that. So that's a good way to put it.
Right.
He's got those Tyreek vibes, man.
Dude.
It's next gear.
They were breaking down, Tyreek had like 150 yesterday. And they were breaking down the routes that he was running. And they were showing the safety coverage over the top. And the dude was outrunning the D-back and the safety. And Tua was just putting it there.
Yep.
Every time. And I'm sitting there like, maybe you can't prepare for that kind of speed in practice because you don't know what it's like.
Because you don't know what it is, yeah.
You don't know what it's like until you get out there.
Hey, Lindsey, Karl Malone and Stockton on the pick and roll.
Right.
Practice it in practice.
You can go over it all you want to. Hey, when the ball goes here, they're going to do this, and he's going to go. And then when you get out there and you see big-ass Karl Malone with his elbows sticking out,
I
got to go around this shit. And John Stockton picking you apart. That's different, man. Those dudes are different, dude. It's crazy. I don't know how you stop that without – the only way you can stop Miami is if you get to Tua. You get to Tua, then you negate all that.
Tua is the perfect fit for what they do. Drop it in a breadbasket.
I guess you could put anybody behind center there too, and they'll be good, huh?
No, you could.
I'm just saying. Yeah. That's what everybody keeps telling me. Yeah. That's what everybody keeps saying.
We should do it. We should
have
a new
segment. That's what everybody keeps saying.
Like I was told Thursday or something like that. I was told.
Just throw it up to Tyreek.
Smooth?
I like that. I was told Thursday.
I was told
if you put anybody back there, they can throw it to Tyreek Hill anyway. Just throw it in the air.
Dan Wood, JMO was running 20.7 miles per hour. Is that true?
He's making that up. I don't know.
Yeah.
He probably was, though.
Man, he was almost speeding in a residential, man. I think that will do it. Lindsey, you talked about, too, why were all the Eagles players crying? I know why.
Why were they crying, Neal?
Because they saw the curse. They saw their curse of A pop up on the screen. And they saw it across the field from them in the San Francisco 49ers.
Kind of like Michigan saw that curse of A come up on the screen.
When you see that curse of A pop, whatever version of your curse of A is, when you see it, you know it. And it hits your soul, man. And it takes a piece of
you. Yeah, they were
you.
crying. I was shocked. I'm like, it's regular season. What are you crying for?
All right. Yeah, that's it right there. No doubt about it. JB Smoove, new guy Kenny, great job out of you guys here today, man. Appreciate you all for real. You guys are the real ones. Lindsey Hunter, thanks for pulling up on us, man.
Yes,
you back in Friday?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will be as well. Friday will be fun. I'm going to Army-Navy next weekend in Boston. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about your hatred of the military.
I don't
all
hate
of
the
that.
military.
So you want to know why the NFL has the NFL military weekends? All of it. So we will get there. It's going to be a fun week. I'll talk to you on Friday. Appreciate all of you in the Big D Energy, WoodwardSports.com chat thread as well. We're crushing it with numbers. You guys are the reason why. So thank you very much. Till tomorrow, we'll be back. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.